kill the limit.
Staying in and winning every single way.
A lyrical tragedy
is moving faster than the light.
I flip the syllables
and hit 'em, killing 'em with all my might.
The waxes dripping slowly like a cold tear. A sudden feeling of a truly bold fear. The legacy is written in the melted wax. We carry every burden on our heavy backs, while trying to find a peace that none of us can quite afford. A mother crying out to her creator, Lord. We struggle with the burden of a tight cord. A soldier looking for a final great reward. I see the glowing candles in the steady row, a flicker of the energy of long ago. The neighborhood is feeling deeply bereft. There isn't any energy or spirit left. I walk across the pavement with a steady stride, remembering the brothers lost within the tide. I keep your weary spirit in the lonely sight, and find a way to make the heavy burden light.
I hit the rhythm with the spirit of the ones who went away today.
I kill the limits,
staying in and winning every single way.
A lyrical tragedy
is moving faster than the light.
I flip the syllables
and hit 'em, killing 'em with all my might.
I'm looking at the photo in the wooden frame. A moment in the past before the trouble came. Your smile is looking back from a yesterday, before the city color turned to dusty gray. We were just little ones with a bouncy ball, before we ever had a reason for the fall. I wiped the surface of the glass to see your eyes beneath the heavy pressure of the urban skies. The price of every loyalty is truly paid, a sacrifice within the shadow and the shade. You left a reputation for the youth to keep, while all the weary people are in deep sleep. I keep the picture on this mantelpiece here, and wipe away a solitary cold tear. You never made it past the age 21, but I will finish all that you had begun.
I hit the rhythm with the spirit of the ones who went away today.
I kill the limits,
staying in and winning every single way.
A lyrical tragedy
is moving faster than the light.
I flip the syllables
and hit 'em, killing 'em with all my might.
I am the voice of every person who was left behind. A legacy is etched within a weary mind, to tell the story of a culture that was very kind. We search for any blessing that we have to find. The sun is never rising for the lost youth. I stay within the shadow of the harsh truth. The mirror is the only thing which stays around, a flickering of light upon the hallowed ground. Above the quiet face of the lonely mound, we listen to the rhythm of the deepest sound. Within the broken fragment of an urban dream, we struggle just to navigate the bitter scheme. A street elder is talking to a younger man, remembering the places where it all ran. We pour the bitter liquor on the cold floor to honor every brother at the shop door.
I hit the rhythm with the spirit of the ones who went away today.
I kill the limits,
staying in and winning every single way.
A lyrical tragedy
is moving faster than the light.
I flip the syllables
and hit 'em, killing 'em with all my might.
Glancing over at the wall. Yeah, panic in the shadows as the pressure starts to escalate. Running from the phantoms that are hiding by the heavy gate. Looking over shoulders while I struggle for a single breath. Dancing on the edge of an inevitable sudden death. Mental illness takes a hold like a vicious saboteur. Everything around me is becoming a malignant blur. Drowning in a cold, intense, unforgiving pestilence. Losing all the logic while I search for any evidence. Slicing through my consciousness like a razor guillotine. I can feel the coldness deep in the marrow of my spleen. Every shadow on the wall sharpening a lethal edge. Hanging on the corner of a terrifying ledge. Panic is a parasite forcing me upon my knees. Shivering beneath the weight of a heavy deep freeze. Gasping for the air while I suffer through the agony. Terrified of everything within this dark academy. Turning back to face the fear, I'm the monster from the start. So I embrace all the dread, let it puncture through the lung. Watching all illusions fade, tearing any hope apart. Tasting every bitter drop, biting on my bleeding tongue. Panic in the shadows as the pressure starts to escalate. Running from the phantom struggle for a single breath, dancing on the edge of an inevitable sudden death. Phantoms breathing in the black, creeping softly all around. I can hear the echoes of a terrifying heavy sound, dancing on the jagged edge, stripped of every frail disguise. I can see the malice manifesting in their hollow eyes, hearing ominous attacks echo in my own heartbeat, witnessing the ugly face of my catastrophic fear. I am running through the gloom of a desolate retreat, paranoia coming close while the end is getting near. Swaddled in the bitter cold, flinching at the oppression, demons breaking through the gates, ripping off my blistered skin, suffering the consequences of a dark obsession, feeling all the rot of every hidden innocent, heavy breathing in the dark as I struggle to escape, staring at the outline of a terrifying shape. Heart is racing faster as the panic starts to escalate, standing on the threshold of a miserable final fate. Panic in the shadows as the pressure starts to escalate. Escalate, running from the phantoms that are hiding every game. Panic in the shadow, shadow, dancing on the edge of an inevitable sudden death.
A weary brother struggles with a bitter plan. They build a cage of paper for the working man. We find it very hard to find a way to give. He never understands the way we have to live. The judge is looking down with such a heavy gaze. The scales of justice tip toward the men in ties. We wander through the shadows of a city haze. They feed the population nothing but their lies. A mother cries because her only son is gone. The courtroom is a prison for a quiet soul. We wait upon the breaking of a better dawn. The heavy weight of power takes a bitter toll. The lawyer talks in circles to confuse the mind. They offer up a promise that they never keep. There is no honest mercy for the poor to find, while all the wealthy leaders go to quiet sleep.
Listen to the chatter of the system as it shatters every matter. It's a ladder that we climb until we drop. Better get a vision of the prison in the living, never giving. Keep on hitting till the heavy gavels stop. Hit 'em with the rhythm of the lyric and the spirit of a person who is living in the middle of a war. We battle through the gravel till the gavel hits the level, and we settle every rebel till we open up the door.
Analog wisdom teaches caution on the block. We stay away from places where the shadows flock. We memorize the faces painted on the wall and try to catch a brother if he starts to fall. The concrete keeps the secrets of the way we thrive. It takes a special kind of heart to stay alive. We navigate the corner where the dealers stand to keep a steady focus on a better land, where silence is the only truly honest sound. We carry heavy burdens on this battleground. The elders tell us stories of the days of old, before the entire city was so bitter cold. You got to keep your vision on the empty sky, and never let the hope within the spirit die. A penny for the thoughts of every broken man who tries to do the only thing he truly can.
Listen to the chatter of the system as it shatters every matter. It's a ladder that we climb until we drop. Better get a vision of the prison in the living, never giving. Keep on hitting till the heavy gavels stop. Hit 'em with the rhythm of the lyric and the spirit of a person who is living in the middle of a war. We battle through the gravel till the gavel hits the level, and we settle every rebel till we open up the door.
The dollar is the only thing they truly love. They build a higher wall to keep the poor apart. They look at all the people from the heights above, but never see the sorrow in a hungry heart, while people on the bottom suffer for the greed upon the weary spirits that were bought and sold. They never give the children what they really need, and leave the entire neighborhood within the cold. We cut the tension with a rusty butter knife. The rent is getting higher every single week. It is a never-ending battle for a life. The situation leaves a brother feeling bleak. The penthouse view is looking at the broken slum, where families are struggling to find a share. We wait for any kind of benefit to come, but find a heavy sense of pure and dark despair.
Listen to the chatter of the system as it shatters every matter. It's a ladder that we climb until we drop. Better get a vision of the prison in the living, never giving. Keep on hitting till the heavy gavels stop. Hit 'em with the rhythm of the lyric and the spirit of a person who is living in the middle of a war. We battle through the gravel till the gavel hits the the level and we settle every rebel till we open up the door.
Before the heavy curtains of the winter fall, we stand against the shadow that will try to thrall. We walk across the hollow of this battleground, where all the heavy secrets of the streets are found. The heavy gavel echoes in the crowded room. It sounds the final message of a person's doom. The verdict is delivered with a freezing tone, to leave a broken spirit standing all alone. We find the inner power to at last arise, to look the cold oppressor in his icy eyes. The system is a structure we will tear apart, with nothing but the fire in a righteous heart. They try to hide the truth behind the clever veil, but we will tell the story of a bitter tale. The dusty record spinning on the gramophone is playing out a rhythm we have always known. Look at the ink on the ledger. They tell you one thing, then show you another. The gavel drops, but who is it really for? Focus on the gap between the words and the deeds. Truth is analog, it's in the heartbeat. The cold verdict, but the fire stays lit. Underground forever, yeah.
Yeah.
Observe the neon lights that burn within the night, a parasitic beauty blinding every sight. The sirens sing a song of elegant decay to lead the youthful soldiers down a darker way. The Gothic architecture, shadows on the wall, the demons in the mezzanine await the fall. They lure you with the promise of a better life, then cut you with the edges of a hidden knife. The velvet rope is woven strictly to divide an artificial ego swallowing your pride. A calculated system that will leave you cold. Another tragic story that remains untold. You chase the shiny objects in a hollow game, but misery is waiting for a different name. You reaching for the stars, but stepping in the fire. Your soul is just a token for the devil's choir. Watch the way the shadows crawl across the city walls. Listen to the warning when the wicked spirit calls. Fugue rhythm hitting like a hammer in the dark, leaving every witness with a permanent mark. Aggressive flow, I'm letting every sinner know the seeds of your destruction are beginning to grow. Fast-paced, moving through the center of the trap. Veteran of war, I'm putting it all on the map. The underworld is thriving, profiting from fear. A devastating kingdom built upon demise. I navigate the peril, keeping optics clear. A capital of sorrow, severing the ties. The poison always sparkles in the crystal glass. You drink the bitter venom, watching visions pass. They tell you that the power is within your hand, but bury every soldier in the desert sand. The diamonds in the necklace operate as bait to punish the unguarded and secure the fate. A masquerade is playing in the middle square, while every single hunter sets another snare. The currency is dirty and it carries weight. The terrible encounter at the heavy gate. You traded your salvation trying to be a boss. Now step upon the scale and calculate the loss. Watch the way the shadows crawl across the city walls. Listen to the warning when the wicked spirit calls. Fugue rhythm hitting like a hammer in the dark, leaving every witness with a permanent mark. Aggressive flow, I'm letting every sinner know the seeds of your destruction are beginning to grow. Fast-paced, moving through the center of the trap. Veteran of war, I'm putting it all on the map. A terrifying struggle pushing to the edge. I witness how the strongest gladiators fade. You balance in survival on the razor ledge. The criminal persona living in the shade. The wicked orchestrators pulling all the strings. A melancholy darkness that the midnight brings. An overwhelming prophecy is now fulfilled. A devastating outcome that the masters will. The melancholy requiem begins to play. The beautiful illusions all are washed away. A terrifying silence in the hollow hall. A monument of ego waiting for the fall. I see the hungry wolves are prowling for the prize. A captivating vision for the weary eyes. The shadows are eclipsing any beam of light, but nobody escapes. The playground's still alive. Watch the way the shadows crawl across the city walls. warning when the wicked spirit calls. Fugue rhythm hitting like a hammer in the dark, leaving every witness with a permanent mark. Aggressive flow, I'm letting every sinner know the seeds of your destruction are beginning to grow. Fast-paced, moving through the center of the trap. Veteran of war, I'm putting it all on the map. The game is rigged, son. From the penthouse to the gutter. Don't say I didn't tell you.
Let's go. I break through the gray with a radical bloom, a desolate patch in a suffocating room. The roots in the gravel secure my intent, a natural spirit you cannot prevent. The dirt is oppressive, but petals are bright. We reach for the heavens and swallow the light. A forest is hidden underneath a street. My pulse is alive in the botany beat. I conquer the hardness of every rock. My oxygen rises and covers the block. My nectar is sweet, but the thorns are a threat. The strongest survivor you ever have met. A seed in the blackness uncovers a way to flourish despite of the urban decay. Resilience masters the city of stone. I flourish alone in this desolate home.
I am the botanical king of the block, who split open granite and shatter the rock. A concrete petunia flex in my mind. I blossom in places devoid of the light. Triple intensity vines wrap around the chopper, eruption from out of the ground. Resilience, brilliance, vigilance grow, watching the petals explode in the show.
I sprinkle the pollen across the decay. The urban expanse is a bounty of dust. My vigor increases and pushes away the layers of gravel and petrified crust, eclipsing the rubble of centuries past. They thought we were buried forever in dirt. My leaves are expanding and growing so fast. I blossom despite of the seasonal hurt. I'm rising above all the gravel and grit, a multiple syllable melody sung. I blossom with power and never will quit. The essence of life in the tip of the tongue. I puncture the asphalt to set myself free, reclaiming the beauty the city forgot. The oak and the willow are rapping with me, creating a lush and a beautiful plot. Thicket is quickly invading the space, devouring pebbles and leaving no trace. The weeds are a visual flex to the eye, extending our tendrils clear up to the sky. I swallow the smog and I spit out the breeze, infecting the block with the power of trees, dismantling the bricks in the sturdiest lines. I'm claiming the city with ancient of signs. Survival of nature is written in green, a botany chopper controlling the scene. I breathe in the carbon and exhale the truth, providing the world with eternal of youth. I dominate cities with bountiful vines, recalling the wisdom of natural shrines. The nectar is rising to fill up the cup. We never will perish, we only look up. The underground forest awaits for a chance. The meter is triplet, I rattle the pod. I step to the rhythm in natural dance. I'm bursting the surface and splitting the sod. I spit out the seeds in a furious haste, eliminating the urban of pain. I won't let a second of vitamin waste. I'm healing the world from the labor and strain, and
letting the garden of liberty grow.
the chlorophyll energy never will stop.
I'm giving the people a beautiful show,
until every corner is lush on the plot.
I gather nutrition from out of the dew,
emerge from the bottom with vigor to show,
producing the harvest for me and for you.
I'm watching the petals and botany grow. I chop alongside of the G-funky bass, with string progressions that quicken the pace. A rose of the concrete is hard to defeat, reclaiming the corner along every street. A miracle sprout amidst the debris, a symbolic message for people to see. My chlorophyll flows like a river of gold, a story of triumph that needs to be told. I chop up the letters and spit out a seed. Survival is always the actual need.
My foliage tangles in ancient design,
refusing the limits of human design.
The spirit of nature will never submit.
I flourish in silence and never will quit.
So listen, nature devour the block,
the ultimate flow that will shatter the rock.
Nature always finds a way.
You can't pave over the soul.